When it comes to seafood, sardines stand out as one of the few options naturally low in mercury, making them a smart, safe choice you can enjoy regularly without worry. These small but mighty fish punch well above their weight when it comes to nutrition. Loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, protein, calcium, and key vitamins, they support your heart, sharpen your brain, and strengthen your bones. Yet despite all these benefits, most people are unknowingly making at least 3 of the mistakes we're about to cover. Mistakes that drain the nutrition right out of their meal, kill the flavor, and in some cases create real health concerns. Ask yourself this: when you grab a can of sardines at the store, do you actually know what to look for on the label? After opening a can, are you storing the leftovers correctly? Or letting them quietly go bad in your fridge? Are you rinsing your sardines because you think it's the cleaner, healthier thing to do? And here's a big one. Are you tossing out the part of the sardine that holds the most nutritional value? Here's the hard truth. Sardines have a bad reputation not because of what they are, but because of how most people handle them. From poor storage habits to common cooking errors, these little fish rarely get the chance to deliver their full potential. In this video, we're walking you through the biggest sardine mistakes and why they matter more than you'd expect. By the end, you'll know exactly how to get the most out of every can. Before we dive in, take 2 seconds to like this video and subscribe so you never miss our health tips. Drop a yes in the comments right now. Let's see who's ready to learn. Let's go! Mistake number 11. Overcooking them into mush. Here's something most people don't realize. Canned sardines are already fully cooked before they ever reach the store shelf. That means the moment you open that can, your fish is ready to eat. Yet countless people still toss them into a hot skillet, drop them into boiling water, or leave them on the heat far too long. And the result is always the same: a mushy, unappetizing mess. Sardines have a naturally soft, delicate texture, and that's actually one of their greatest qualities. It's what makes them easy to eat whole, bones and all. But blast them with high heat or cook them too long, and that pleasant texture collapses completely. Worse, you're also destroying heat-sensitive nutrients in the process, including omega-3 fatty acids and several B vitamins your body genuinely needs. The smarter approach is gentle warming. When adding sardines to pasta, rice, or a stir-fry, always introduce them at the very last moment. 1 to 2 minutes is more than enough to bring them up to temperature without wrecking their structure. You preserve the flavor, the texture, and the nutritional value all at once. Want a little crunch? Slide them under the broiler on a baking sheet for 2 to 3 minutes. You'll get a lightly crisp exterior with a moist, flavorful center. Alternatively, place the unopened can in a bowl of hot water for a few minutes. This warms the sardines gently and evenly without any direct heat exposure. Sardines don't need cooking. They need care. Mistake number 10. Removing the bones. One of the most widespread habits people have with sardines is picking out the tiny bones. It makes sense on the surface. With larger fish, bones are sharp, difficult to deal with, and potentially dangerous. But sardines are a completely different story. Their bones are fully edible, remarkably soft, and totally safe to eat, thanks to the pressure cooking process used during canning that renders them tender enough to chew without even noticing they're there. And here's what makes this mistake truly costly. Those little bones are a nutritional treasure. They rank among the richest natural sources of calcium found in any seafood. A single serving of bone-in sardines can deliver over a third of your recommended daily calcium intake, essential for maintaining strong bones, healthy teeth, and proper muscle function. They also contain vitamin D, which your body requires to absorb that calcium effectively. Together, these two nutrients form a powerful team for bone health, something that becomes increasingly important as we get older. By removing the bones, you're not simplifying your meal. You're discarding nutrients your body genuinely depends on. And the irony? You won't even notice them while eating. They're soft enough to blend completely into the fish flesh, virtually undetectable. Some brands do sell deboned sardines, but they typically cost more and often arrive in broken, unappealing pieces because the deboning process damages the fish. You end up paying extra for inferior nutrition and worse presentation. Embrace the bones. They're safe, valuable, and practically invisible. Stick around until the end, because I'll reveal exactly who should be cautious with sardines. Critical information you won't want to miss. Mistake number 9. Choosing water-packed over oil-packed sardines. One of the most common sardine mistakes happens before you even get home. It happens right in the grocery store aisle. Most people instinctively reach for water-packed sardines, assuming they're the healthier option. Fewer calories, lighter feel. It sounds logical, but the reality tells a very different story. Sardines are naturally loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, the healthy fats known for fighting inflammation, protecting your heart, and supporting brain function. Here's the key detail most people miss. Omega-3s are fat-soluble nutrients, meaning your body absorbs them far more efficiently when consumed alongside other fats. When sardines are packed in a quality oil like extra virgin olive oil, the fish stay moist, develop richer flavor, and actually help your body extract more nutritional value from every bite. Water, by contrast, offers none of those advantages. Water-packed sardines frequently taste bland, dry, or faintly metallic, especially as the can ages. That's because water provides no protection against oxidation, allowing the fish's natural oils to gradually break down and go rancid. You end up with diminished flavor and reduced nutrition at the same time. Oil acts as a natural protective barrier, slowing that breakdown significantly. Many sardine enthusiasts even argue that oil-packed varieties taste better the longer they sit on the shelf. Yes, oil-packed sardines contain more calories, but they come from healthy fats that your body actually needs. Better flavor, better texture, and superior nutrient absorption make the trade-off completely worthwhile. When in doubt, choose quality oil over water every single time. Mistake number 8. Leaving opened cans too long. This is a mistake almost everyone makes without giving it a second thought. Opening a can of sardines, eating part of it, and leaving the rest sitting around far too long. Sealed sardines have an impressive shelf life, but the moment that lid comes off, the clock starts ticking. Air exposure triggers rapid deterioration. The natural oils inside the fish begin oxidizing almost immediately, altering the flavor and breaking down those precious omega-3 fatty acids, the very nutrients that make sardines worth eating. The longer they sit open, the less nutritional value remains, and the worse they taste. How quickly they decline depends on the packing liquid. Water-packed sardines deteriorate the fastest, typically within 24 hours. Oil-packed varieties hold up slightly better, lasting 2 to 3 days refrigerated. Sardines in tomato sauce can stretch to around 4 days before the quality noticeably drops. But regardless of type, sardines left open for a full week are spoiled and unsafe. No exceptions. Another frequent error is leaving them inside the original can. Once opened, the exposed metal interacts with air and accelerates spoilage, often producing that unpleasant metallic aftertaste people complain about. The fix is simple. Transfer any leftovers immediately into a clean, airtight glass or plastic container. This limits air contact, slows nutrient breakdown, and preserves flavor far more effectively. Freezing is technically an option, but it softens the texture considerably. Your best strategy is opening only what you'll consume within 2 days and storing the rest properly right away. Mistake number 7. Ignoring expiration and storage rules. Overlooking expiration dates and proper storage conditions might seem like a minor issue, but it can seriously affect both the safety and quality of your sardines. Many people assume canned food lasts indefinitely, but that assumption is simply wrong. When kept sealed and stored under the right conditions, sardines can remain perfectly good for several years. The problem is that heat, direct light, and humidity are the natural enemies of canned fish. Storing sardines near a sunny window, close to the stove, or inside a damp pantry accelerates the breakdown of both the packaging and the fish inside. As conditions worsen over time, the oils oxidize, flavors turn sour, and key nutrients begin degrading. In more serious cases, a compromised can creates the perfect environment for bacterial growth, turning your healthy meal into a genuine health hazard. Here's something worth knowing. Not all sardines age at the same rate. Varieties packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids deteriorate faster than oil-packed ones. If you stock different types, always rotate smartly. Use the acidic varieties first and reserve oil-packed tins for longer-term storage. Always inspect the can before opening it. Bulging lids, rust, dents along the seams, or any sign of leakage are clear warning signs. Discard the can immediately without hesitation. Sardines are among the most affordable superfoods available. Poor storage habits that waste them, or worse, endanger your health, are entirely avoidable with just a little attention and care. Mistake number 6. Eating only straight from the can. Sardines are remarkably convenient. Open the can and your meal is ready. But eating them plain every single time severely limits their potential and makes it incredibly easy to get bored. The truth is, sardines are one of the most versatile ingredients in your kitchen, and exploring different preparations completely transforms the experience. Start thinking of sardines as a foundation rather than a finished dish. Mash them with avocado, Greek yogurt, or a drizzle of olive oil to create a rich, protein-packed spread for toast or crackers. Add capers, thinly sliced onions, and fresh tomatoes on top for a Mediterranean-style snack that feels impressive but takes under 5 minutes to prepare. Sardines also perform beautifully in hot dishes. Stir them into pasta sauce for a deep, savory flavor boost loaded with omega-3s. Fold them into a stir-fry at the very last minute to keep them intact while adding serious protein. Even pizza benefits. Their bold, salty character pairs naturally with olives, roasted peppers, and fresh herbs. For breakfast lovers, try mixing sardines into scrambled eggs or an omelet. It sounds unconventional, but the flavor combination works surprisingly well while delivering exceptional nutrition first thing in the morning. Beyond taste, variety actually improves how your body absorbs nutrients. Pairing sardines with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or bell peppers, for instance, significantly enhances iron absorption. Eating them plain occasionally is perfectly fine, but don't stop there. A little creativity ensures you never grow tired of sardines while getting maximum nutrition from every can. Mistake number 5. Thinking all sardines taste the same. Many people write off sardines entirely after one disappointing can, assuming every tin tastes identical. That's a significant misconception. Much like wine, coffee, or cheese, sardines vary considerably in flavor, texture, and overall quality depending on their origin, harvesting season, and how they're processed and packed. Geography plays a major role. Atlantic sardines taste noticeably different from Mediterranean or Pacific varieties, largely due to differences in water temperature, diet, and environment. Cold water sardines from Norway, for example, tend to have a firmer texture and a cleaner, milder taste. Those from warmer waters are often softer with a richer, more pronounced flavor. Even within the same region, timing matters. Sardines caught in spring tend to taste lighter and more delicate, while those harvested later in the year are typically fattier and more intense, a direct result of seasonal feeding patterns. The packing medium adds another layer of variation entirely. High-quality Spanish or Portuguese sardines preserved in extra virgin olive oil develop deep, complex flavors that actually improve with time. Meanwhile, tomato sauce, mustard, smoked oils, and spiced brines each create a completely different tasting experience from the same base fish. Some producers lightly smoke their sardines, adding a savory depth that plain varieties simply can't match. Others use herb-infused oils that transform the entire profile. The real mistake is dismissing sardines based on a single experience with one brand or variety. One bad can doesn't represent the whole category. It just means you haven't found your favorite yet. Mistake number 4. Pairing sardines with the wrong flavors. Sardines are small, but their flavor is anything but subtle. Their rich oils and deep umami taste make them incredibly satisfying, yet also tricky to pair correctly. One common mistake is combining sardines with ingredients that compete with their flavor instead of balancing it. The secret lies in contrast. Sardines shine when paired with bright, acidic, or fresh elements that cut through their natural richness. Ingredients like lemon juice, vinegar, capers, tomatoes, and pickled vegetables bring a sharpness that enhances rather than hides the fish. Fresh herbs such as parsley, dill, or cilantro add a clean, vibrant touch that lifts the entire dish and keeps it from feeling too heavy. On the flip side, certain combinations tend to fall flat. Thick, creamy sauces, buttery preparations, or overly sweet ingredients often overwhelm sardines rather than complement them. When you mix oily fish with heavy cream or cheese, the richness becomes excessive and difficult to enjoy. Sweet additions like honey or fruit-based glazes can clash with the sardine's salty, savory profile, creating an unbalanced and sometimes unpleasant taste. Consider a simple comparison. Sardines on toasted bread with a squeeze of lemon and fresh herbs feel light, fresh, and perfectly balanced. Now imagine those same sardines buried in a heavy cheese sauce. The result is dense and overpowering. Experimentation is always welcome, but balance is everything. When paired thoughtfully, sardines go from basic pantry food to something truly refined, flavorful, and memorable. Mistake number 3. Rinsing away taste and nutrition. It may sound like a good idea, but rinsing sardines under water before eating is actually one of the worst things you can do. Many people try this to reduce salt, oil, or that strong, fishy taste. But instead of improving the sardines, you're stripping away both flavor and valuable nutrients. The liquid inside the can, whether it's oil, sauce, or brine, isn't there by accident. It plays a key role in preserving the fish and enhancing its taste over time. During storage, nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins naturally blend into that liquid. When you rinse the sardines, you're quite literally washing those nutrients down the drain along with much of the flavor. With oil-packed sardines, rinsing makes things even worse. Oil and water don't combine, so the fish becomes slippery, fragile, and more likely to fall apart. The texture suffers, and the overall eating experience becomes far less enjoyable. The same issue applies to sardines in tomato or mustard sauce. Rinsing removes the tangy, rich coating that balances the fish's natural intensity, leaving it dull and less appetizing. As for sodium, rinsing isn't the solution people think it is. Much of the salt is already absorbed into the fish during processing, not just sitting on the surface. A smarter approach is choosing low-sodium options or adjusting the rest of your meal. When you rinse sardines, you undo months of flavor development in seconds. Mistake number 2. Avoiding sardines. Because of fishiness. One of the main reasons people stay away from sardines is the belief that they taste too fishy. But let's be clear, sardines are fish, so a mild ocean flavor is completely normal. The real issue usually isn't the sardines themselves, but how they're handled, prepared, and combined with other foods. High-quality sardines should taste clean, savory, and slightly briny, not overpowering or unpleasant. If the flavor seems too strong, it often points to poor storage, lower quality products, or improper pairings that fail to balance their richness. The goal isn't to hide the taste, but to work with it in a smart way. Acidic ingredients are especially effective. A squeeze of fresh lemon juice, a dash of vinegar, or even a spoonful of tomato sauce can instantly brighten the flavor and reduce heaviness. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or dill also help by adding a layer of freshness that lifts the entire dish without masking the fish itself. Quality matters just as much. Sardines packed in good olive oil or well-seasoned sauces tend to have a smoother, cleaner taste compared to cheaper, overly processed options. Better sourcing leads directly to better flavor. There's also a simple factor many people overlook: adaptation. If you're not used to eating fish, sardines may seem intense at first, but over time, your palate adjusts, and you begin to notice their natural sweetness and deep umami character. Give them another chance with the right approach. Mistake number 1. Throwing away the precious oil. This is easily one of the most expensive mistakes people make with sardines, draining the oil and tossing it away. That rich, golden liquid isn't waste. It's packed with both flavor and nutrition. Here's what actually happens inside the can. Over time, a natural exchange occurs between the fish and the oil. Sardines release their juices into the oil, while the oil gradually soaks back into the fish. As this process continues, the oil becomes infused with omega-3 fatty acids, along with fat-soluble vitamins like D and E, and a deep, savory taste. It essentially turns into a concentrated source of nutrition. When you pour it out, you're not just removing extra calories, you're discarding nutrients that support your heart, brain, and immune system. From a cooking standpoint, you're also throwing away a built-in flavor booster that many chefs would gladly use. Instead of wasting it, start using it creatively. Drizzle it over salads as a ready-made dressing. Use it to cook onions or garlic before adding pasta or rice. Mix it into soups or stews for added richness. You can even serve it as a dip with fresh bread, finished with a squeeze of lemon and a few herbs. Interestingly, once opened, the oil's flavor can deepen slightly over a short time when stored properly in the refrigerator, adding even more character to your dishes. Sardine oil isn't something to discard, it's something to use. Who should be careful while eating sardines? Sardines are incredibly nutritious, but they're not ideal for everyone in large amounts. Certain groups should be more mindful before adding them regularly to their diet. First, people with high blood pressure or sensitivity to salt need to pay attention. Many canned sardines contain significant sodium due to brine, oil, or sauces. Excess salt can raise blood pressure and strain the heart. Choosing low-sodium options or pairing sardines with fresh, low-salt foods can help reduce this risk. Second, individuals with gout or elevated uric acid levels should be cautious. Sardines are rich in purines, which the body converts into uric acid. In susceptible individuals, this can trigger painful gout attacks. Moderation is key rather than complete avoidance. Third, those prone to kidney stones, especially uric acid stones, may also need to limit intake. The purine content can contribute to stone formation, so it's wise to consult a healthcare professional if this applies to you. Pregnant women, on the other hand, can generally enjoy sardines since they are low in mercury compared to larger fish. However, it's still important to monitor sodium and overall intake. For most people, sardines are a powerful addition to a healthy diet. Just be mindful if you fall into these categories. Sardines truly are one of the most overlooked superfoods, but only when used correctly. The way you choose, store, and prepare them can completely change their taste, safety, and nutritional value. Small mistakes can turn a powerful food into a missed opportunity. Handled properly, sardines deliver an impressive mix of protein, omega-3s, calcium, and essential vitamins that support your heart, brain, and bones, all at a very affordable cost. Now you have the knowledge to avoid common errors and get the best out of every can. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more simple health tips. Share your favorite sardine recipes in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.